All right, another day, another shitty tier list from the two idiots of the White House and one respectable man. Let's get this over with before we have another big fight again, just like the Mario Kart tier list. First off, we have Trapper, the mascot of the game. Guys, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not too crazy about this killer, but what are your thoughts?
Easy D tier, Barack. I think this one is going to be a quick one unless...
Hold the fuck up!
Orange Peel opens his mouth for fuck's sake.
Donald, you are not about to defend Trapper from being in D tier right now, I swear to God.
Trapper may not be the best killer in the game, but he is no slouch. He has a better starting point, and Snowball's way better than other killers like Myers.
Yeah, but no one is saying Myers is a good killer either. I won't say which tier until we get there, but he is nowhere near S tier.
And with the new map reworks getting rid of a lot of grass, it's just made the strategy of hiding his traps useless. Completely add-on dependent, completely M1 killer, and overall just not good. I'm happy to put him in C tier to compromise, but I honestly think D tier is the best place for him.
Fine, let's appease the orange baby for now.
Shut the fuck up, Sleepy Joe. I think he should be in B tier, but fine, whatever, let's move on.
All right, next one is the Wraith.
I think he's in the A tier. They've made his power good enough to apply some map pressure with the speed, and the speed boost getting out of cloak helps him out in loops. Overall, I think he's a pretty solid killer.
So you're gonna put an M1 killer like Trapper in D tier and yet put another one like Wraith in the A tier? Give me a fucking break, Obama. Back me up on this one.
Gonna have to agree with Donald here, Joe. I think your take is a big fat L on this one. By nature, he is still an M1 killer, a complete noob stomper, but once he's facing experienced survivors, it can be an extremely tough time for him.
Fuck you both. He's my waifu.
What?
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 Whatever. Let's just move on. I'll compromise by putting him in C tier. I think that's a decent spot for him.
Personally, I think he's D, but only because he's an annoying fuck, but fine.
All right, next up is the Hillbilly. I'd say after we put him on a tier, we'll switch it up and go from the Skull Merchant down just to make things more interesting.
Ah, shit, really? Let's make sure we're all on the same page for her once we put her on the tier list.
I agree. I'm watching you, Joe. Don't fuck it up.
I'm going to start by giving my personal opinion on Billy. I think behavior nerfed him way too much for how much skill is required to make him really strong. He was a perfectly balanced killer, only with overtuned add-ons that should have been nerfed, but they went ahead and made his chainsaw overheat too, which is really fucking dumb.
And it was a completely missed opportunity to have him have at least some sort of banjo instrument in his chase music. I know this guy, I think his name was Fusion Tech, who showed me a mod where it replaced his chase music with a classic banjo song, which I thought was amazing.
Yeah, that guy's cool.
Yeah, he's cool.
Honestly, I find myself agreeing with you guys on this one. They didn't have to make him shit. He's still okay, but nowhere near where he should have been. Don't forget how useless he is on indoor maps, too. Honestly, I'd say put him in either B or C.
I don't want him in the same tier as Wraith, so put him in B, Barack.
All right, B tier he goes. Now let's try to rank the Skull Merchant. She's a pretty recent killer, so it's hard to judge her definitively balance-wise until more players keep playing as her. But based on her design alone, I'm making an F tier just for her fucking shitty design.
Whoa, relax, Barack. I know your feelings on her, but let's try to give it a fair take.
I'd say she should be in the B tier because she's hot.
Fucking hell, Donald, this is a horror game that requires you to play with two hands, not one. I know during our PTB sessions playing against her, you were just playing with your 3-inch pecker.
Man's gotta do what a man's gotta do. I've seen you around the Huntress. Don't even get me started on that.
Barack, we know this game isn't really a horror game anymore. It's not even remotely scary. I think her design is not good at all, especially that fucking gas mask that has half of it missing, so it doesn't even have a function, and it being covered in what looks like rhinestones, which is just ridiculous. Balance-wise, I have no idea where she's at, Barack, but design-wise, I agree with the F now that I look at it more.
She was designed to be a horny bait, especially with that outfit.
You guys are no fun. Fine, put her in the wrongful place known as F.
All right, now the Knight.
Absolute S tier, godlike design, music, and power.
Oh, no.
Sleepy Joe is at it again.
Joe, come on, I get the design is godlike, but really? The power being in the S tier is pretty stupid.
And his chase music is mid at best and ear rape at worst.
His power makes me feel like an actual killer. I have presence on the map, and the fact that I can have minions patrolling around finding survivors or having them kick generators eliminates the time-wasting parts of an average killer.
You mean you enjoy the playstyle of camping and 3-genning survivors? Is that what you're trying to say, Sleepy Joe?
Shut the fuck up, Donald. I'm not the one who gets monkey brain over the Skull Merchant.
The power is definitely mid, and I will agree with Donald, it's just not very fun to use, feels clunky, and at some points just a waste of time. I'm happy with the Knight going in C tier.
Yeah, definitely C tier.
Next time we do a tier list, I'm not taking my fucking meds, assholes.
Okay, fine, we'll put him up to B tier. Don't want to see you off your meds again. Not after what happened last time.
Don't bend to Sleepy Joe's will too much, Obama. He just might shit on your back.
Fuck off, Ronald McDonald.
Both of you shut up. Next up is the 7 Minutes Man himself. Albert Wesker.
Fucking easy S tier.
Yep, S tier, no questions.
Agreed on the S tier. Banger chase music, power, voice, and design.
Donald wishes he could be in and out in 7 minutes, don't you, big boy?
Quiet, Sleepy Joe. Least I won't fall asleep in the middle of it or want to go buy some fucking ice cream.
All right, next up is the Dredge.
I think this one belongs in the A tier. The power is fun for both sides, music is great, and best of all, he kind of actually brings back the horror in DBD with his Nightfall ability, not gonna lie.
Yep, he is the only killer I haven't fallen asleep to for how scary and fun he is.
Guys?
Don't tell me.
I do not like the Dredge.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Of course you don't. Why the fuck not?
I just think he's overrated. And the most annoying part about him is Nightfall. I can barely see anything, and on maps like Haddonfield, it's really fucking annoying.
Always knew you were a filthy survivor, Maine. Get some fucking glasses or turn up the brightness on your monitor if your fucking eyes can't see during Nightfall.
Have you seen me during my speeches, Barack? Even I can see during Nightfall, and I'm basically in the fucking ground. I agree with Donald here.
I'm going to leave him in B tier. It's not a bad tier. It still means they're good. All right, next up, it's the Onryō.
Shit, I'm surprised you can say her name properly now. She's just a worse version of the Dredge, and there's nothing more to her.
Now, Sleepy Joe, hold up, you're forgetting her best quality, her extra chase power. Dredge is a huge monster. Sadako is a small individual, which can give an advantage in chases that have medium-height structures.
Well, yeah, but she still has the giant-ass red stain in front of her like all other killers. On some walls, the light gets through the structure anyway, even when the killer is doing mind games. Your positive is a very flimsy positive. I think C tier is a good spot.
Agreed with Obama here.
Fine, whatever. I try to find a positive to an obviously inferior version of another killer, and you all just tear it down like my fucking votes.
Shut up, Donald. This isn't a political debate. This is a very serious debate about where to put DBD killers on a tier list. More important shit. All right, I gotta go, guys. My mom is calling me to take my meds and have dinner. We will continue this afterwards with all your shitty opinions.
Whatever, Joe. Are you sure you can stay awake long enough to finish this tier list?
Suck a fat one, Donald.
See y'all after dinner.